pretty important to us, especially in a survival situation. Comes in number 2 next to air. You can live a few minutes without air, but you only live a few days without water. You live a few weeks without food. Water is pretty important. And so we want to talk about water here. We've got nice clean water here. And in a survival situation, we have to treat water a little differently than what we would if we weren't in a survival situation. This water right here, in a survival situation, we wouldn't dare trust it. Because there are things that can get in the water that can make it really sick, called waterborne pathogens. And a lot of those waterborne pathogens come from animals. So if the animals can get to the water source before we can, then they can contaminate that water, and it can be enough to make us sick. Now, if we're not in a survival situation and we happen to drink some of this, we would end up getting sick from it if there was bad stuff in it. We'd go to the doctor would diagnose it. He would give us some medicine to kill the bad things that are in us at that point, and everything would be fine. If we're in a survival situation and we drink some of this water and there's bad things in there, then there is no doctor to go to. So you have to treat water differently than you would if you weren't in a survival situation. In this case here, the animals can get to it upstream before it gets to us here, and it could be contaminated. So we have to treat this water here as if it is, and we'll talk about different ways that you can go ahead and purify this water, even though you just can't trust it right off the bat. So we'll talk about those things.